B went solo to get groceries, and I was getting a weird feeling that it was taking him a little bit long. Been more upwind. I'm gonna throw him a line and try and get him closer. Yeah.
But it ran out of gas.
Holy shit, dude. I think you're gonna get like everything.
This is just the list.
Oh my god.
Minus a couple things.
He's a madman.
When I left, I checked the gas and I knew it was going to be close. On my way back, I found out that it wasn't close enough. So I ran out of gas. Shit happens. We heard that there's a really cool cave a couple hours north of us from where we're at right now. Let's hope it's cool. We are currently heading out of the anchorage that we were just at. While we were here, I got the new autopilot all hooked up. One of the reasons why we wanted to change autopilots was for even these short moments like this where we're motoring, it will keep us on course, which is automatically programmed into the chart plotter, which will save us money in the long run on fuel.
Apparently there's some sort of holiday or celebration going on today. We don't know what it is. But it's July 12th. And there's a bunch of people blowing horns, waving Greek flags, and paddling over the beach that we're anchored right in front of. And they're having a good time. There's a couple orange smoke bombs out there. And we have no idea what's going on. But it's fun and I like it.
A little exercise in it, so we'll row towards the dock to go check out the caves. As I remember how to row straight.
Let's go in some caves. Franchthi Cave is rich with the history of our ancestors. The first humans to sleep beneath the stalactite ceilings of this cave did so during the Upper Paleolithic. Bless you. Crackling red deer meat on the fire and the chipping of flint tools echo off the cave walls as our ancestors took seasonal shelter. Seafarers brought scalpel-sharp obsidian tools for Milos around 13,000 BC. Later, tuna is introduced to the dinner table from deep-sea fishing. In 7000 BC, herding is added to the chore list as small herd animals are kept in pens within the shelter of Franchthi Cave. Outside, domesticated crops were eventually terraced and harvested.
How does that make you feel?
Being in a natural environment this beautiful and this massive can make you feel so tiny. And yet, it's amazing to know that you exist in a world this beautiful.
Katie turns into a dinosaur when it's this hot. We've been sweating our asses off. And today is probably the hottest day we've had yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you how we cool up. There's a bonus when you own a catamaran, is you could actually get out of the sun underneath the boat. It's kind of like the Playboy Grotto. Except the mermaid wants to splash me.
Feels so much cooler now. Unfortunately, our dinghy, affectionately named Gecko, sprung a leak. Well, quite a few, that is. How many? We'll never know. As artists, we made the most out of a deflated situation. We decided to make a short with our dinghy, Gecko, as the star. The full-length video is on our YouTube channel if you're curious.
I'm sorry. He was hanging on by nothing but glue. There's nothing that we could do.
Gecko, Gecko, Gecko. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We had some fun at the caves, but we need to go now. It is hot. Leaving our ancestors' cave behind, we headed for a real treat. Summer sunshine, lush green trees, and clear blue waters, and a sinking dinghy. What could go wrong? It was getting a bit gusty and we started dragging, so we went to reset the anchor, and about 40 meters into raising the chain, the remote stopped working. So Brian's down in the hole messing with the electrical to see what is wrong and try and fix it. We're not dragging bad and we won't drag into anything, but something we need to work. So we'll get figured out here soon, I hope. We had to pull the anchor up manually. There's a little lever you can attach in and crank it. I think it goes about 3 chain lengths per pull, so it took a little while, but we got our work in, so that's good. We just anchored and we didn't work on the windlass at all when we were sailing, but it was the first time that I handled the engines and drove while Brian did the anchor chain. We swapped places because the windlass is down still and it needed to be let out by hand. We've never reversed rolls doing that before. And of course, the first time we reverse rolls like that, it's 15 to 25 knot winds. So Brian found another breaker for the windlass. And we're gonna see if flipping that bad boy over did the trick. Ready? Oh,
I wanted to touch on real quick why it is that we decided to leave our anchorage yesterday when our anchor wasn't working, or when our windlass wasn't working. That anchorage that we were in, the shelf fell off pretty extreme. So there was always a constant ability to drag anchor even faster. And with having to crank the anchor up by hand, and reset, over and over if we had to, which is what we would have been doing all night last night. I had already done research to the next areas that we could possibly go, this being one of them. And this has a shelf that's much flatter, much longer. So it was a lot safer to come here and fix the anchor or deal with the anchor, which ended up not being that big of a deal. We got a couple days of this, or we got today, we got tomorrow, which is really extreme. Unless the reports come back this evening that it's going to be cut down even a little bit more than it was. The gusts have let up this morning and today, so we are out of here. We're going to go across the bay here and get some groceries, and then we're going to do a little drive by Monemvasia and before we head south and get to some paradise.
Gecko is still not feeling well. He gets this flat within a day of pumping him up. So anytime we need to go to shore, we have to pump him up with air. Yeah, up to 16, 17. It's actually 18.6, 19. Your compound for treatment?
Yeah, of course.
No.
Oh, we're not, that's right.
Yeah, we're kind of in it to raise it. Who's driving this thing? Nicknamed Gibraltar of the East, Monemvasia was founded from the relocation of inhabitants from ancient Sparta. It is one of the oldest continually inhabited fortified towns in Europe. Multiple flags have flown on either side of these walls. Many valued its tactical position through the centuries, making it a hotspot for sieges, battles, and takeovers.